Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, for your key to the week this week, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves ya. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. So your key this week is the Lovers card. Okay, so love, relationships, connections, and interactions of an amorous nature are likely to be to the forefront this week. So this could be if you're partnered, maybe you're getting your romance back on. If you are single, maybe you're getting some romance in your life, or at least making those first introductions that feel like they could possibly turn into something else. Now, remember, the Lovers card really at base level is about choice. It's about the options that are provided to us and the different avenues that are open to us. So in all of these different areas of life, this week you are being asked to consider what your options are, and more importantly, the easiest way to make a decision about something when you're presented with a choice is to ask yourself what you want. All right, that way, if you're presented with 2, 3, or even 4 or 5 or 6 options, if you know what you want, you pick the one that's closest to what you want, right? A little bit of simple logic. For your actions and options this week, you have the Ace of Cups. If you are single, it looks like you may be making an acquaintance this week. But what I mean by this is it's literally you making the acquaintance. So this could be that you're setting up a dating profile on an app or like eHarmony or all of the, the online stuff. So that could be really cool. The reason I say this is because the Ace is a new beginning, right? It's a fresh start. You've got this with the Lovers card, so you're making a choice to open the door on love. For some of you, this week it looks like you are ready to get back out there. So if you are single, right, you are putting the feelers out, you are making new acquaintances, making new connections. I love this. I get the feeling for a lot of you Taurians that are single, it will be through your work or through some sort of vocation, right? So for those of you that aren't working. Now, if you are partnered, however, this is you choosing to dedicate more time to your relationship and making it the best that it can be. In terms of the options that are available to you this week, that Ace of Cups speaks to you being ready or pouring more into the things that really set your heart on fire. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Empress. So this is like literally your energy, right? So you show up very strong here. I mean, truthfully speaking, so in this deck, she's called the Earth Mother, but it's the Empress, and the Empress is Venus, right? Venus is your ruling planet. So the Empress with the Ace of Cups, for those of you that are of childbearing age, unless you want children or unless you want more children, handle your business, okay? Just going to tell you straight up, look at this, look, right? The lovers, mum and dad getting busy, right? With the Ace of Cups, a fresh start or a new beginning, and the literal Earth Mother. The fertility in these 3 cards alone is enough to tell you, right? If you are young, not even young to be fair, if you are fertile and active and you don't want children, handle your business, okay? Now, that being said, another way that we can be fertile is with ideas, right? And the Empress falls in the communications and conversations part, which means this week your communications and conversations are going to have an ease and a joy about them. There's so much laughter and joy in this triplet of energy here. There's laughter, there's joy, there's happiness, there's fun, there's possibly even abundance from the ideas that come to you and from the things that you set into motion now. So the Empress can also represent the environment. So you might find this week, whether you're static at the office, whether you float about, whether you've got your own business, whatever the case might be, this week you find yourself in the right places at the right time, having the right conversations, and these conversations and the environments that you find yourself in are conducive for the ideas that you have to grow. Love this. Right now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is an idea that's taken root in your heart or in your soul that you can't seem to let go of. Maybe this is that you want to take a gap year. Maybe this is that you want to change your major. Maybe this is you love so much what you're studying that you're like, you know what? I don't ever want to stop doing this. I don't ever want to be in a different sector. To love something so deeply that you do in terms of work, studies, or vocation is a true blessing in this life. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is having really good conversations with the women that you work with, potentially with a boss. It also suggests that there is a, maybe not necessarily like community per se, but there's definitely a collaborative effort within your workplace that feels really good at the moment. And it could be as well that for a lot of you, maybe your workplace is going through some sort of change or transition point, and it's like the changes that are being made actually make your life easier for once, right? The employer gets it right. Usually, I don't know if it's just me, but like a lot of the time when employers choose to change something, it's really good for the company, but it's really shitty for the workers, quite frankly. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, again, you find yourself among peers. There's laughter, there's joy, there's happiness, there's you starting something over and seeing results from it almost immediately. I love this for you. I will say that whatever you're doing with your business, it has to come through the Empress, which means whatever you're putting out to the world, it has to be beautiful, it has to be sleek, it has to look good, it has to feel good. If it's possible and there's a physical element to your product, it even needs to smell or taste good, right? Venus is a lady, darling. She likes it good, beautiful, right, sensuous, serene, all of that good stuff. If you are retired and no longer working, this is about you getting out into the world more. This is about you being like a much more active participant out there in the world. For your love and relations, you've got the Moon card, right? So if you are single, there's a chance that you could be reconnecting to somebody from your past. Now, with these cards, if you've been with me long enough, you know I always say, like, don't go back. I never advise this for anybody, right? There's a reason that you parted ways. However, with cards like this, there's no getting around the fact that there is absolutely a possibility that an ex could come back into your life and the conversation could flow. It could be so good. Use that as a gauge to tell you whether this person really has changed or whether they just have the gift of the gab, all right? Something to consider. There's a lot of reflection on past relationships here as well. And because you've got this opposite the Lovers card, it does feel to me like there's somebody from your past coming back in. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, can you say getting back to the honeymoon? It's like you guys are going to be like teenagers again, right? Like not able to keep your hands off of each other. And so if you've got kids that are of age, they're going to be like, oh, this is so gross. Like, can you guys just get a room or something? It's fun, it's amorous, it's pleasurable, it's up until the wee hours, darling. Right? It's you just really living and enjoying your partner, and I'm totally here for it. What a gorgeous spread. So when it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Page of Pentacles. So there is something to consider here. A choice or a decision that you made in birthday season, right? Because we're now in Gemini season. We're actually at this point, we're very close to getting into Cancer season. Like, I don't even know where this year is going, right? So at this point, we're in Gemini season. But you need to consider what choices did you make on a financial level? What did you commit to learning, studying, or shifting when it comes to your resources? Because that is going to become a very prominent, like whatever changes you made to your money in Taurus season, you're going to start to see the results of it start to shape up now, right? So as of this week, the knowledge and the information that you're gaining around money, around finances, around resources is going to start to become very relevant for you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, I actually really like this. I will say, just because you've got the moon card here as well, and the lovers, and there's a few other things as well that speak to this, but please look after your voice this week. All right, so all of the throat or throatal area, which is actually the area of the body that you rule. When it comes to your home and environment, the Page of Pentacles, it looks like a lot of you are bringing something into the home that is either a resource, like it's something that you can use, but it's also a learning resource of some sort. So as an example, let's say you buy a keyboard, right? Because you've always wanted to play the piano. You're not going to be able to fit a grand piano in your house. Well, most people can't, right? So you buy yourself a keyboard and you start learning. It's like there's something that you're bringing into the home that has a lot to do with like your hands. It could even be, and funnily enough, the thing that I actually saw in my mind was, I don't know if you've seen it, there's like a chair. It's like a chair with these leg holds, and basically, so for like martial artists, gymnasts, and like dancers, you sit in it and you wind it around, and it puts you into the splits, right? So if you can't do it through stretching, like you can do it through this special chair. There's something that you're bringing into the home this week that is specifically aimed at improving something on a physical level, but it's also a learning resource at the same time. So it's like it's teaching you, but it's also a very physical item at the same time. Home looks good this week. I think a lot of you might be thinking about changing the decor of some sort, or maybe potentially you're getting a specialist of some kind into the home. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. The one thing that I will say is watch out for the water in the home, right? Things like pipes, like the taps, the bath, the shower, etc. Just in case, right? All right. All in all, though, a pretty good week. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.